right to it.
Let's get it.
NFC South, like I said, we going division by division. We giving our rankings, how they gonna fall, seeding, all of that. As far as these divisions are concerned, the NFC South, kind of mid but competitive at the same time. I feel like just kind of depends on how you view it. We got the Bucks, we got the Falcons, we got the Panthers and the Saints. Joe, how you feeling about the NFC South this year?
All right. Obviously, the Bucks has been winning the division since Brady showed up to Tampa Bay. They haven't lost since. Baker Mayfield came out of nowhere and took the keys and ran with it in this division. Now, this has been the most mid division in the NFC probably since Brady's last year in the Buccaneers. All right, the winner has won by a slim margin, and they've been the lowest seed in the playoffs every single time, as far as home field advantage. But this is my order. Number 4, I'm gonna go from bottom to top. Number 4, I think it's quite obvious. The Saints. I'm going with the Saints. The Saints, they have some weapons. They got Brandon Cooks, they got Rashid Shaheed, they still got Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara. They got weapons offensively, and Spencer Rattler has been named a starter. They said Tyler Show was going to be a project. He's going to continue to develop. They got Kellen Moore being a play caller. So offensively, if they can stay healthy, because that's the key with this team. Can they stay healthy? If they can stay, because Rashid Shaheed been injured a lot, so has Chris Olave. And, Juwan Johnson's not a slouch either. If they can stay healthy, offensively, they can be something.
Right.
And defensively, but they just not there yet. The quarterback play won't be good enough, in my opinion. I've seen Spencer Rattler last year. I don't think he's a full-time starting quarterback. He remind me of like a Taylor Heineke type quarterback guy you could plug in just to stop the leaking for a little bit, and then until you find your guy to replace him. So they number 4. Number 3, I think this team is going to be an improvement this year, but I do think they will finish third. The Carolina Panthers. I wouldn't be surprised, AJ, if they finish second. I wouldn't be surprised. I like what I see. I like what I see with them. I like what I saw from them last year. After Bryce Young got benched and he came in after being benched and he played very well. I think he had 300-yard games. He played well. I like their offensive weapon. They got T-Mac. By the way, T-Mac said out of all the QBs he could ever play with in the NFL, Jaden Daniels. I was like, over Patrick Mahomes, over Josh Allen, over Lamar. I'm like, dang. Anyways, T-Mac.
No, don't forget over Hurts too. Don't forget to mention his name now.
Hey, I was trying. I was trying to show y'all some respect for a second. You know what I mean? But it hurts too. Hurts too. I guess throwing Hurts in there is respect because the quarterback's our name. My bad.
Exactly. That's how I'm thinking of it. That's how I'm thinking of it.
Okay, I got you. So they got T-Mac. They got Adam Thielen. He's been roaming around in trade rumors. All right, especially with the Vikings, with Jordan Addison being out right now. And they got Xavier Legette, your favorite receiver. I mean, you would have took an L if he would have caught that pass, but it's neither here nor there, right? So they got weapons offensively. I like their head coach. Their head coach, I forgot his name, but he came from the Buccaneers. He got Baker Mayfield to that level offensively. Then he's went to another level the next year with a different offensive coordinator. But he became a head coach, and I like what they got over there. Defensively is what I'm worried about with the Panthers. I feel like defensively they won't live up to their offense basically in this division. So they are number 3. Number 2, somebody's getting dethroned this year. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers number 2. So I got the Bucks number 2. I think the Bucks have been winning this division by a thread every single year. Now the Falcons could have won last year, but Kirk Cousins just took a deep dive. Yeah. The Falcons had control, and they just took a deep dive. They put Michael Penix in. They tried to make a run, and they only lost by 1 game. They had to win that. The Bucks had to win that last game against the Saints, which was a hard game because they were trying to get Mike Evans that 1,000 yards to continue the streak. They won that game. Literally, they got a first down at the end of the game to win that game. It was a low-scoring game just to beat out the Falcons. Bijan Robinson already said he's going for 2K. Not 2K rushing, 2K combined yards. He already said he's trying to get 2K from scrimmage, which I can easily see happening. I feel like they haven't really been using Bijan Robinson as they should have been up until this point. So they're gonna use him more. I love the Falcons defense. The Falcons defense even last year was good. I know they lost Justin Simmons, but they still got Jesse Bates. And even in the drive, they got some guys in the drive from last year and this year. And Michael Penix, I think he's going to take a minor leap, not major, but a minor leap. I think he'll get caught up to speed with the NFL play, and he'll be much better than he was last year. So give me the Bucks at 2 and the Falcons at 1.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna do the same thing you just did. I'm gonna go from the bottom to the top of the NFC North. At the bottom, we agree. I got the Saints. I just don't see enough there. They got Spencer Rattler. I thought he finished the season pretty strong. I thought he was. I thought he had. Well, no, let me rephrase. I thought he was decent. I thought he had moments where I said, okay, he might have a future. You bring up Kellen Moore. People forget before he went to Philadelphia, he was. You know what I mean? He was cool. He had respect. He had respect. But it's like you don't have Dak Prescott throwing the football anymore. You don't have Herbert throwing the football. You don't have Hurts throwing the football. You don't have you don't have a great quarterback throwing the football. You don't have a top-notch offense right now. You got Alvin Kamara, but that's pretty much it on the offensive side of the ball. And you got a young guy at quarterback that you're expecting a lot from. And in this division and in this conference, I just see them struggling and not doing much. I think their defense will be decent, but I think their offense is going to lack. So I got them coming in at 4. At number 3, I agree with you on the Panthers, bro. And I'm almost with you too on the late. They could finish second. Like you said, it's mainly because of their offense, man. I think that Bryce Young is gonna have a pretty decent year. He played pretty well down the stretch. He really played us almost to the point of giving us an L, which is crazy. I like their run game. Obviously, they got T-Mac. You brought him up. They got Jimmy Horn too. Can't forget about Jimmy Horn if he gets some solid PT. I think he's gonna be good. I was hearing that Jimmy Horn was killing in camp. I could be wrong, but I was hearing he was killing in camp. Obviously you got Leggett. One of my favorite players. Yeah, one of my favorite players helped us get a dub. So I thought you had a punch in my face. That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy. But I like what their offense brings to the table. But again, in this division, I don't know. Like you said, I don't think they're ready yet, and I kind of feel the same. I think they're a year from finishing 2 or number 1 in the division. I'll say that. But at number 2, I gotta disagree.
Ooh.
And I went back and forth on this one because I like Michael Penix a lot.
Okay.
I think he's gonna be nice. But the problem is I'm not sold on them defensively. I guess I haven't seen enough from Michael Penix just yet to make the assertion that they're going to do enough to take out Tampa Bay. And the thing about Tampa Bay that people forget is Tampa Bay was up and down last season. They had a lot of injuries they was dealing with too. Like Mike Evans dealt with injury for a vast majority of the year. Chris Godwin messed up his leg really bad. And so like they started off kind of strong and then they kind of teetered because guys went down. Guys dealt with injury. So Baker had to really put on the cape and carry as much as he could. And so I'm assuming that doesn't happen this year, that they stay remotely healthy. You got a solid – first off, Baker is playing great football right now.
Yes.
Coming into this season. He's coming into this season hot, confident. You got Bucky Irvin who's running the football effectively. You still have Mike Evans. Chris Godwin, I don't know if he's going to be available week 1 or if he's going to be available later on, but he should be available at some point. And most importantly, I'm sorry, this might be a spoiler alert. I probably should save this for a future episode. Let me just say he's going to be in the conversation. That boy, and if I pronounce it wrong, my bad, but Emeka.
Oh, yeah.
Say that again?
You're talking about Emeka, right? The wide receiver?
Boy, he going to be a problem. He is going to replace Mike Evans. Like, Mike Evans is going to make his way out the door, and he's going to be that next guy in Tampa. I think he's going to be like that. Like, from what I've seen from him in college and then what I've seen from him in the preseason, how they get him the football, how he's able to make plays, good hands, good route running. Like, I think he's going to be nice. So if he's healthy and Mike Evans can stay healthy and Baker can continue to play the way that he played last year, I think they'll win more games. I think they'll be a playoff team. I think they'll win the division. I'm not sleep on the Falcons. I picked them to win last year. But this year I'm looking at the Bucks and I'm saying if they stay healthy, which
Mm-hmm.
is a big part in every division that we talk about, obviously. But if they're able to stay healthy, I favor them. And then, like, I'm not mad at the defense either. They went and got my boy Hassan Reddick now, too,
Yeah.
coming off the edge. So it's like I like what I see. I like what I see. I think their defense will be able to get enough stops, and I think their offense will be high powered. They're gonna have one of the best offenses in the league. So I
Yeah.
got Bucks, Falcons, Panthers, Saints.
Yeah. Shout out to Cam on Instagram. We can't see the comments on here, but he put keep grinding fellas with the fire emoji. Shout out to
Appreciate it.
him.
Appreciate it.
But I'm not. I mean, I feel like this is a pick 'em. You know what I mean? Falcons and Buccaneers at the top, and I think that's how it was last year also. So I'm not mad at your pick. They can go either way. I just see like the Buccaneers, like you said, they did draft a new receiver. Chris Godwin is coming into the season hurt. You know, so that might be a problem all year. Mike Evans, the last couple of years, in my opinion, I believe he's missed games in the last couple of years. So that's bound to happen. And then but the Falcons, I feel like the Falcons are a young team who's growing and getting better. And they were with all the turmoil they had last year. Not turmoil, all the up and downs and the Kirk Cousins situation, they were only one game out of first place for the second year in a row, I believe. Or I think 2 years ago, they're probably 2 games out. But they've been number two again, a close number two for the Bucks again. Now they finally have their quarterback. And I feel like he will take a minor lead. I'm not saying he's gonna be good. I don't think he's gonna be great. He's gonna be good. But that's all they need with Bijan Robinson. They got weapons, and defensively they're going to be good again. So but it's gonna be a close race.
Can we get Penix some not sorry, not Penix, Kyle Pitts. Can we get him some touchdowns this year? I took one more, Joe. I took one more chance. I did it one more time.
Well, you got Kyle Pitts.
I got Kyle Pitts. I did it just one last time. Now I went and got Colston Loveland. I think that's his name. Loveland
Yeah, from the Bears.
Yeah, the rookie that the Bears just drafted. I went and got him just in case. I think he's gonna be solid. So I went and got him just in case as like a backup. He can come in and be the starter if Kyle Pitts is tripping. I can trade him again. Maybe send him to Von's team. Last year Von he hooked me up. Took Kyle Pitts off my hands. So maybe I do that again. Right? Maybe I did. And it's crazy because as soon as I traded him, he started playing well for Von. It blew me. But all I ask, Penix, I know you watching. I know you paying attention. Get my guy some targets. Get him some touchdowns for the fantasy squad. That's all I ask. That's all I ask.
That's what everybody asking every year.
Man, I mean, my goodness. I mean, at this point, I'm getting to the point where it's most likely a Kyle Pitts thing more than it is a quarterback thing because it's been happening for far too long. You know what I mean? It's been happening too much for it to be all on quarterback play. But
I remember when he first came in the league, he runs a 4.2 as a tight end. I'm like, dang, for real? So talented.
All this talent, bro. But it's like, where it's at? Why is it not being displayed on a Sunday to Sunday basis? You know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
It's crazy. I know you talked about Kyle Pitts, talking about you drafted Loveland. That's a good pickup. But speaking of Loveland, he played for the Bears, right?
Yes,
we
sir.
going to the NFC North. Let's go to the NFC North. So last year, the NFC North, I'm going to give y'all